ask you something real quick? At the end of your day, do you ever feel like you worked all day? But not necessarily on the things that actually grow your business. You showed homes, you answered texts, you reviewed contracts, you dug through emails trying to find that one document, and somehow the day just disappeared. If that feels familiar, you're not alone. And more importantly, it's not a time management issue. And more importantly, this is actually a system issue. I'm Coach Emily Terrell, the #1 real estate coach and speaker at Tom Ferry. And a big part of what I help agents do is identify where their time is actually going and then build systems that give it back to them. And one of the biggest opportunities I'm seeing right now is in something most agents don't think about strategically. It comes down to efficient document management because it doesn't feel like a big thing. But when you add up reviewing contracts, organizing files, rewriting emails, answering the same questions over and over, it becomes one of the biggest drains on your time and energy. The good news is, this is also one of the easiest areas to fix using AI. Let me walk you through how. Tip 1, stop rereading everything. Use AI to summarize. Let's start with something simple. Think about how often you open a contract or document and think, okay, I need to go through this carefully, and you should. But when you're juggling multiple deals, that adds up quickly. Instead, you can use AI to summarize documents and pull out key dates and deadlines, important clauses. These include potential concerns and the specific action steps you need to take. So instead of spending 20-30 minutes reviewing something line by line, you start with a clear, structured overview. Then you can go deeper where it actually matters. This doesn't replace your expertise, it supports it. It helps you focus your attention where it's needed most. Tip 2, stop rewriting the same emails every week. The second big time drain is communication. And most agents don't realize how much time they spend here. Explaining contracts, walking buyers through next steps, updating sellers. And a lot of it sounds very similar every time. But instead of building a system, most agents rewrite it from scratch. This is where AI becomes incredibly useful. You can start creating go-to templates for things like contract summaries, what happens next, emails, inspection explanations, timeline updates. And then instead of starting from zero, you're starting from something structured and just adjusting it slightly for each client. It saves time, but more importantly, it makes your communication more clear and consistent. Tip 3, build a system you can actually find things in. Let's talk about something that doesn't get enough attention, finding things. Because it isn't just about having documents. It's about being able to access them quickly when you need them. How many times have you thought, I know I have that somewhere, and then spent 5 or 10 minutes digging through folders or emails? That's friction, and friction slows everything down. With AI and simple organization systems, you can categorize documents automatically, label files consistently, create searchable systems, so when a client asks a question, you're not scrambling. You already know exactly where to go. Tip 4, turn repetition into a system. This is the real shift. This is where everything starts to come together. Because the real goal here isn't just saving time, it's recognizing patterns. In your business, there are things you do over and over again. Reviewing contracts, explaining processes, organizing information, answering similar questions. When you start turning those into systems with the help of AI, you stop operating reactively. You start operating intentionally, and that's what creates scalability. I was working with an agent who felt like they were constantly behind. Not because they weren't working hard, they were. But their day was filled with small, repetitive tasks that kept pulling them away from higher value activities. Once we started identifying those patterns and building simple AI-supported systems around them, something shifted. They didn't suddenly have zero work, but their work became more structured, more predictable, and a lot less overwhelming. And that's what allowed them to start growing again, without feeling like everything depended on them. If you're feeling stretched in your business right now, it's probably not because you need to work more. It's because too many things are being handled manually that don't need to be. When you start simplifying how you handle documents, communication, and organization, you create space. Space to focus on your clients, space to focus on growth, space to actually enjoy your business again. If you want to see how to build this step by step, I put together a full breakdown on my website. You can check that out at www.coachemilyterrell.com. And if you want more ideas around AI, systems, and building a business that actually supports your life, you can connect with me on Instagram at Coach Emily Terrell. I share a lot of practical strategies there that you can start using right away. And if this is something you've been feeling in your business, this is a really good place to start.